Thoughts and Musings by Nikki. I'm Nikki, and we're here today with the June Junk Journal Inspirations Freebie of the month. So this is June's, and I give you a summer garden country farm theme. That's what I'm going to call this. I'm sticking with it. So here in Minnesota, we're getting to the point where we're finally able to start doing some planting and putting in gardens. We're way up north near Canada, and so we're in a really we're in a zone where you have to wait a while before you can plant anything. So however, we're finally there. So this made me think of all things vegetables and farmy and gardeny. So here we are. Here's the collage sheet. As like every month, you get a collage sheet, which is this one right here. And then you get a sheet of elements. And so that's this one. There's a postcard, some smaller journal cards, a couple tickets, and then a couple of other elements, and then some fussy cut garden stuff. And then every month I do a free template as well, so we can build up kind of our, templates. And so this month is, I'm going to call these matted tags. That's what I'm calling this. So the thought behind this is you can print 2 of these out onto cardstock or, whatever. Some people are using acetate so you can see through and kind of select your images, but print 2 of them. The first time you cut the elements out around the black line. So you cut all the way around the very outside of each element. The second time you cut out only the inside white pieces. So you cut out only this inside white piece here, and then leave this black outline on the page. Let me show you what I mean by that. So for the tall tag, I have 2 separate pieces. I have my piece that's got the black outline, and then I've got my piece that's just the white inside. So when I trace this onto a background paper or whatever, I'll get the matte, and then when I trace this onto whatever image I want to use on the front or book page or whatever you want to use, then they fit together perfectly when you glue this one on. So that makes your tags a little more stable, but it also gives you a double layer of interest. So, for example, I made some, and now I couldn't tell you where I put them. Oh, here they are. Okay. So for a project that I'm working on right now, so this is my set of templates right here. For a project that I'm working on right now, I am using Tracy Fox's, one of her new kits. So I've used the old encyclopedia page behind, and then I've used her kit on top. So these are nice and sturdy because I've layered them, but it also just provides an interesting look and lots of different unique shapes and sizes of tags. This is the butterfly tag. Now you could take a butterfly, a fussy cut butterfly or something, and put it up there, but I kind of just like it being the tag at the top, or the tab. And then here's a cute little one, and you could use this to like hang off the side of a book, or hang, you could be hanging off the front of a tag, a larger tag. So, and then you can punch holes in these. So just like there are holes here, I didn't punch those holes on my templates. You don't have to cut that part out unless you want to. They're just there as kind of a suggestion of that's what you could do. So this is what you can do with those. So now you've got unique sets of tags, unique shapes, unique set of tags. This is mason jar here. You can actually cut out this smaller piece and this larger piece and this top piece so that you can have something on the top. You could have something in the mason jar, and then this piece here could be a label. So that would require printing it 3 times or just sketching and, tracing that and cutting it out a 3rd time. But This one kind of looks like a dog tag to me. And these look like specimen tags. And then this little guy here, you can trace that one, and it fits nicely at the top here to give it that kind of, that look like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's the little reinforcer thing, tab at the top. So, like always, I have gone ahead and printed out and fussy cut my sheet of elements already. I have an extra couple of copies of the collage sheet here, and I have my other element sheet over there if I need to. I've got my templates. I've brought this like kind of craft paper looking cardstock that will be my backing for my tags. And I have brought my Seasons and Ideas book that we've been working in. So here was our first month, March. Then we had April, pretty April. Then we had typography last month. So here's May and all of our wonderful typography and our trifold template from last month. So now that was our first quarter. Now I'm moving on to my second quarter of pages here. So I've got 4 pages that I will use to create spreads on for this month. I've also brought along some gingham. Sorry for the road noise. The windows are open. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're in a town where there's lots and lots of fishermen and everything. So they're just going to hear noise, but that's fine. And then I just grabbed some things that kind of looked, you know, like country farm gardenish to use in our things. So let's start making a spread. I'm gonna designate a place to put June, and I think this little half page here, I think I'll put June here, and maybe we'll just put some of my little fussy cut elements around that. But something that I have like kept wanting to try and I haven't done yet is making kind of like a whole page pocket like this. So we're gonna do that because each month I think I'm gonna do that and then I never do. So I'm gonna take the edges off of here. This would be, as I'm doing this is a quick reminder that if you are interested in getting these freebies, they are, if you're already a member of the Junk Journal Inspirations Facebook group, then they're in files. And if you are not already a member, the link is below this video in the description box, and you click and it'll take you over to the Facebook group, and you have to request membership. Make sure that you answer all 3 questions. There are 3 membership questions. You should be answering all 3 of them. Let's see. We're gonna go to like there-ish. And if for any reason you have a hard time, this is my super not careful measuring going on here. If you have a hard time for any reason getting into the group, or if you get declined, let me know. It's probably because you didn't answer all 3 questions. All right. Now, what do I want to do? I just want to go to the edge. I'm just trying to create like a big pocket, and then I can maybe use that to stick all of my templates in. Since these 4 pages this month don't have an actual pocket in them. So we'll save these cutoffs though, because we can make tags out of them. Yeah, like this. And then let's put a thumb hole here. Let me grab my punch. Okay, my big trusty rusty dusty 2.5 inch punch. And we're gonna put a substantial little thumb notch there. How fun. It's so, you know what I loved about doing this? It's so bright and cheerful. I just love how like happy this month is. So I am gonna, because finally we're getting some green grass and green trees and everything's greened up. It was brown and crunchy for so long. However, it finally got nice and I started putting my potted plants out and stuff. And then last night it was 29 degrees. Minnesota never fails to do that stuff. Oh well, you just cover your plants up. What can you do, right? It's nature. Okay, so now we've got this nice big pocket here. And when we're done with my templates, I'll just stick them all in here because I've been storing all my templates. So like here's my trifold template from last month and my library pocket templates from March are there, which we might use today to create a library pocket like this. So, okay, there we go. Now we've got a nice big pocket on that front and I love it. Now, let's see, what should we do? You know what? Let's use the templates and make some, I'm going to set my book over here. Let's use the templates and make some tags. So I am going to, maybe we'll make like a long, ooh, that we'll cut into another piece. We'll make a long, tall tag pocket. I've got my pencil to trace around. So this, I'm going to make the background or the mat out of, and if you go right up to the edge, that's less cutting, right? And I always trace with a pencil because I am not good at making sure that I stay like right on my, you know, stay right inside my pencil marks or something. So I can always erase the edges, which is nice. So see, I've got a little bit of excess and just erase. Or if you're inking, you ink over it and it totally disappears too. But I mean, the pencil erases off of this really nice. So we've got that. Now let's do, I want to do a mason jar because this is a farm thing, right? So let's go down here and we're going to go around. So I tell you what, so that you're not just watching me trace around a bunch of these, I am going to trace around some of these pieces. I'm going to trace around some of these pieces and cut them out, and then I'll come back and we will do next steps. So I've got my tag bases, and now I think what I'm going to do is use some of the, probably those offcuts that that we cut over here, and some of these, that guy. I wonder if it'll be tall enough. Wouldn't that be perfect? Ha ha! Look at that. It's like perfect. It just needs to be slightly trimmed. Is it smart that I'm doing this with the template? No. Don't do this at home, because if I cut my template down, then my template won't be the right size. I'm just going to try and do it so carefully. I forgot to say, not only is it Memorial Day weekend, and we have tons of lakes around us, so there's lots and lots of campers and fishing boats going by, but tonight is also graduation up in our local area, and my nephew, who is virtually the same age as my oldest daughter, is graduating. So we'll glue those together. But it's okay, look at how great that is, because this is just printed on regular paper, copy paper. So to make a tag out of it, it's not very sturdy for going in and out of pockets and stuff. But now we've used that background paper and we have this cute little farmer guy tag. But I love the way that it's matted, you know, that's like a very neat look. But you could imagine, you can do any combination of stuff. But this is, again, I say it in every video, but I really mean it. This is a good way to extend your digital kits because you are using them, you know, like in addition to the elements that already come with it, you're using it to create additional elements for yourself. Okay, I'm just trying to get the ones that I'm not using. I need this one. I need this one. I need these. And I need one of these guys. I think I need this one for that one, this one for that one, this one for this one. I don't need this template anymore because I've already used it. And then that one for this one and this one for this one. Okay, those are the things I still need to cut out. So let's see, with the mason jar, I might rip into a new sheet here for that one. But let's see, what can we do with what we've got left here. And I bet we can fit a couple of these onto it. So yep. And I'm gonna go on the back side and trace so then I don't have pencil marks. Smarty. The only thing with doing it on the front is, you know, you can kind of select your image then. But this works because I kind of just know what's on the front anyway. So yeah, it's graduation night too, which is a big deal. And you guys will laugh. Well, not some, I mean, I know some of you live in very small communities as well. Our community, so there's the butterfly tag. We'll glue that one together in a sec. Our community school has, it will be graduating 11, count them, 11. I'm going to go down here so I can get the strawberries and this sheep into the picture. So we're graduating 11 whole seniors. My nephew is graduating in a class of 11. I graduated in a class down in Bloomington, Minnesota of 425-ish, give or take, I think. And we'll be graduating 11 whole seniors tonight. That is a little bit on the small side, you know, like, however, I guess Lizzie's gonna go, my oldest, my 17-year-old, she's going to switch out of online school and go to the actual brick and mortar school here next year. And her class, which is the juniors right now, I guess there are 10 of them as well. So she'll be a tiny little class of 11 kids. How funny. What a totally different world it is. There we go. Sheep, strawberry, and half of a hand holding raspberries. Perfection. Okay, now let's rip into a new one of these and let's find some like vegetables to go in the mason jar. Huh? Like, let's go right in here in this selection of vegetables. And we'll put some of those in the mason jar. This time I'm gonna trace on the front because I want to get kind of right where I'm going with this here. Okay. Oh, it's kind of hard. I got to see my line amidst the busyness here. So it's been a minute since I made a video, guys. This last couple weeks has been super busy. And on top of, there, I'm going to do this. On top of being super busy, I have been having the worst time with my allergies. The worst. Every year, I get like, every couple times a year, I have these weird reactions to something, and it makes me have to take like a rescue inhaler. There we go. We've got some little veggies in our mason jar. Then this is the template for a little top piece there. So I might just cut that out of, let's cut that out of some more of this, because then maybe I'll use a little silver paint and just like smoosh it on there with my finger. Some silver metallic paint. Wouldn't that be fun to make this look like a little metal jar lid? So that's kind of my goal there. These scissors are too big for doing this. I love these little scissors. People have asked me, most of the time I use my scan and cut. Like if I'm doing a bunch of cutting out a kit or something, you know, all the elements of a kit, a lot of times I just use my scan and cut to do that. But, you know, for a few little random things like this, I can do it. Doesn't hurt my hands too bad. But these are my Tim Holtz scissors, and I love them. Tonic, sorry. Tonic Studios. You can find them at like Hobby Lobby and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna get some, well, let's do the rest of the cutting and then I'll do that, because that's cut out there. Okay, whoops. We need, forgot to silence my phone, because we all know that's how I roll. What should we do here? Should we try to, it's too big for that. Oh, let's try to get this lady. Let's get her and some sunflower. So anyway, once a year not once a year, it's several times a year, I have a reaction, just a really strong, strange allergic reaction to stuff. And I've never been able to really pinpoint what it is, but I usually end up having to use a rescue inhaler, which I have for that reason. And it's totally unpredictable, and I can never really figure out if it's some specific certain thing causing it. But since we moved up here, well, I mean, when we moved up here in the fall, and then everything died and it was winter. So most of the time we've been actually like living up north here, it hasn't been, you know, green and pollinating. There we go. That's cute. And however, all of a sudden I started getting, can we get this like pig and chicken rooster? Can we get them in there? Oh no, let's try. Let's see if we can try and get them in there. This might be a weird looking tag. Who knows? You never know until you try. So anyway, then everything started greening up, and I started realizing, well, remembering that in the Twin Cities, there weren't a ton of birch trees, but up here, just behind our house even, there are a ton of birch trees, which I love. They're very pretty. They're cool. But man, I remembered how allergic I am to them, and they are pollinating and tree pollen. Like, you know, you can go online and get the allergy forecast, just like you can get the weather forecast. And they've been saying, oh yeah, tree pollens are like in the super, super high range right now, which of course is what There we go. We got a little bit of rooster and pig face. All right. Let's glue these together. Oh, I just left my glue open. Naughty me. So yeah, I have been suffering, but I don't know if it's that or what. But the other night, the rescue inhaler was not doing it for me. Yep, see, I left it open. Dang it. Now I just threw my pen on the floor. Okay. It was a little bit scary, I must say. We are about 55 minutes. We're about 55 minutes driving the speed limit, or 45 minutes doing whoops, my wife can't breathe speed, away from a hospital, like an ER. So, and of course those things never happen like during the day when the little local clinic here is open. Oh no, they only happen at night or on a weekend or something. Cute. There's our little pig and rooster tag. The other thing I was thinking is, I wonder, like, let's try putting a little layer of cheesecloth in between. So I ended up having this breathing thing, and my rescue inhaler was not helping, and that is scary, because if, it's one thing to be in pain or whatever, but breathing is like necessary for life. So if all of a sudden you can't breathe, that is no joke. And I could not breathe, and my rescue inhaler wasn't helping, and it was freaking me out. Well, and probably my husband and my girls too, they were trying to be really calm. We were all trying to be calm. So then you start thinking, do I call the first responders? Like, will they have, I knew I needed a nebulizer because I've had this problem before, but now I'm going, okay, it was later in the evening. Everything was closed. So do we call the first responders, which they're volunteers. They're not just sitting in a place waiting to come when you call. So they're at home. So you have to call them, and they have to go and get, to the rig, and then get the rig to here. Luckily, we're right in town, so it wouldn't take them very long to get here. But, so we're going, okay, do we do that? Or do we just get in the car and start driving and call them and have them meet us on the way? Like, what, when you can't breathe, what do you do? Then I remembered that my niece, who literally is just moved home from college, so I obviously glued this too big on purpose so that I could kind of just trim it and give it a real raggedy edge around it, is what I was going for. So my niece Jetta just moved home from college, and I know that she has a nebulizer. So they live like a few minutes away. And I said, oh my gosh, call Jetta. So I had Lizzie call Jetta, and Jetta said, yep, I'll be on my way in a second. And she literally, my niece Jetta, got in her Jetta. Yep, Jetta owns a Jetta. She got in her Jetta. She got in her car. Actually, she just bought a new one. So right now she owns 2 Jettas until she sells one of them. There we go. That's cute. I kind of like that scrubby looking bit of cheesecloth behind it. So she got in her car and came over here, gave me the nebulizer. The minute I started doing the nebulizer, I could breathe again. So the next day I called my doctor and said, hey, listen, that was scary. And it made us realize how far we are away from a doctor. So can you call in a prescription for a nebulizer for me? And the lovely thing is my new doctor up here was like, sure, no problem. So called right in, and that was awesome. So now I have a nebulizer, at-home breathing treatment. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's just a little breather. It's like, for people who are asthmatic, you take... or mine is an allergy-induced asthma reaction is what they call it. But for people who have that, your rescue inhaler is usually made out of albuterol. Albuterol. And so then you can get that in a nebulized form too, though. So it comes out of a machine like a vapor. And it gets into your lungs deeper and better, and you breathe it in for longer, and it's a much stronger ordeal. So that helped. So now I've got one, and hopefully I'll never ever have to use it, although something tells me I will. But you know, I've been thinking about it. The allergens are probably much different up here than they are in the cities. Like I said, the birch trees and stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys, the other thing we've noticed, you know, we've been coming up here for years. My family lives here. We come up for visits all the time. And, you know, when you're here, you get annoyed at the mosquitoes or the flies or whatever, and then you go home and it's no big deal and you go back to your normal life. Well, we just realized, you know what? One of the things we're going to miss is metropolitan mosquito control. Because in the Twin Cities, they have a whole bureau thing called Metropolitan Mosquito Control that goes around spraying all the local ponds and everything to keep the mosquitoes down. Yeah, but they don't do that up here. So behind our house, next to our house, we have this little like pond, and our land behind our house is kind of marshy. So it's like perfect mosquito breeding ground. So we're gonna have to get used to the mosquitoes sharing our lives intimately with us. Ugh. Minnesota is the land of mosquitoes the size of bald eagles. Which, by the way, we see all the time too. There are quite the population of bald eagles up here. You get to see them soaring around in the wind, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna cap this, and then I'm gonna go grab my silver paint, which is just right behind me. Okay, actually I've got a little bit left of this one, and then let me get a piece of scratch paper. I'm just gonna if I can get it open. Oh my gosh, there should be a little bit left. There we go. All I need is a tiny bit. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cute. I'm gonna leave that to, this is just Artist Loft, like Michael's here in the States, Michael's. All right, I'm gonna set that over here to dry. And let's go back to now creating some spots for these to go into in our book. We need to create probably a tall pocket for this guy, which is fine. Like that would be cute. My other, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So neither of these pages, they're too, oh, they would fit too. Actually, that could be a belly band. We could do that. Should we make him into a belly band? Why not? That's kind of funnish. And I mean, this page is like just the perfect height for it. So where you guys are, do you grow gardens? Let me know in the comments. And like, I realize that not everywhere is it spring or just the beginning of summer. Like I do get it that different climates, different sides of the world. I get that. Where did I put my, oh, there. This is why the big giant dangle is a good idea for me. Okay, hold on. Need a sip of coffee. Okay, let's do, we can do like a tuck spot. Maybe we'll put that on, let's put something, should we put some cloth behind it? Yeah. And then we'll make it a tuck spot. But I'm just wondering, what season is it where you are? And do you garden? Do you grow things? I love I love the idea of gardening. I am not the best gardener. I think a lot of that has to do with my allergies and that it just kind of sucks. Oh. People riding their ATVs around, yelling at each other out in the street. Not in a bad way, in a good way. Anyway, I think it has to do with my allergies. I think because it's not fun to be in the garden when everything that you're growing is making you sneeze and make you not feel good. That's not fun. But we have kind of found like an intersection that works good for us. So we have a bunch of containers and we have kind of a container garden. In the interest of when we were moving, when we were getting ready to sell our house in the cities, we started realizing we had all of these like mismatched plastic tubs, like Rubbermaid bins, you know, storage bins and stuff. But like some of them had lids, some of them didn't, some of them had cracks in them. I'm going to use my, this is Fabri-Tac in here so that this will hopefully stick on there a little better. And I will smudge it around with my finger when we're done to make it a nice evenish layer, so hopefully it doesn't seep through so we can glue it down right away. Because if it's going to be a tuck spot. So I'm just like trying to smear this around quickly because also it dries really fast. The thinner you make it, the quicker it dries, and that's dumb. We should be doing it this way. There we go. So we had all these mismatched bins, and I thought that would actually be a really great way to start a garden for us, because the girls wanted to grow a garden and grow tomatoes and stuff. And honestly, I think there are a few things like more rewarding than going out to your garden and picking a tomato that you grew. That's just makes you feel good. So yeah, I like how this red kind of goes with this red over here. So if we make that a tuck spot, that'll be fun. See, but here's the problem. I'm going to use this glue again to glue it down as a tuck. So we have a nice container garden last year, and we were able to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and some carrots, although we ended up having to move in the fall before the carrot harvest really was ready. So yeah, the carrots kind of bit the dust. We did have some little baby ones. My mom has really nice raised garden beds that my dad built her. Because she's got some, you know, back issues, and so she's a little older, and it's really nice so she doesn't have to bend over down into the garden. I'm a little jealous of those, not gonna lie. Okay. Now that tuck spot's going to be, of course, like too big for our tags, so we're gonna need to create a spot. We'll maybe we'll back this with something and put a layer of fabric through it or something to make that. But let's do a couple of, let's see, how can we use these guys? I was gonna say, can we use them as tuck spots for these bigger tags? But I don't know. Indecisive. We've got this girl. She'd be a good tuck spot as well. Oh, that was a school bus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've allotted like 4 pages for each thing, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't These are curling up on me a little. I'm trying to make sure that I don't go over my pages and get in the wrong spot. That would work there. Although that kind of leaves the rest of this page, and I want to make like a full on, these guys are getting in the way. So you know what I'm going to do? Put them away in their little holder. Ooh, I don't know if this tall tag will fit in there though. Ooh, just barely. Let's see, will it go? Oh, very carefully. It just fits. There, so now I've got a little spot for my templates. Cute. Okay, and we've got our tuck spot here. Now, I also remember that I can't make this too thick because last month's got a little out of hand and I started running out of space. So we cannot make anything too thick. I wonder if I have any butterflies. I'll look at that. I'll look at that in a second. We've also got our tickets and our little things. Does that help? Because these could be tucks or they could go into pockets. We could probably fit one of them behind this way on a page. We could. But again, I'm in this like backing things mood. I want to back things with things. Oh, we have our other pockets. We have our other templates too, guys. And we have our little envelopes. Oh, I bet these would fit perfect in our envelopes. Oh, they would just have to be trimmed down a little tiny bit. Should we make, let's make a large library pocket to go on this page. So my library pocket templates I'm pulling out. These are from, I'm going to make a large and a small, why the heck not. These are from March. Again, you can find these on the Facebook group. So I'm going to do the thing where I fast forward so you don't have to sit and watch me trace around things. And then when I've made the pockets, I'll be right back. We've got two pockets that we can put into our book. So I'm going to write June there. Although I do like the way these little tiny pockets look on these little mini pages. They're kind of cute. So I think I might still stick this here. But actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll put it down here and then leave this side open, and it can be a pocket this way as well as this way. So let's do it that way. We'll go, while you guys were on fast forward there, my nephew came by, and you can always tell. So school, we're on one end of Main Street. To Uptown is that way, which, you know, Uptown is really just like 3 blocks long, and we're at the end of the 4th block. It's a little town. But then the school is this way. And so they have to come through town to go out to the school, which is it's like a mile out of town. And you can always hear Micah coming because his truck is like, he does whatever he does on his truck on purpose to make it the absolute loudest possible thing. Now this needs a topper because we can't just leave it like that. Come on. And we can put something in there too. So we could, I wonder, will one of these, if we trimmed it down. Oh, yeah, it might just want to be trimmed a little bit to make it fit a little bit better. And remember, if we want another one of these, it's okay because it's a digital. We can print as many of them as we want. There we go. Cute. But I brought these things, and so this needs a hole, and it needs something. Let me grab my hole maker, aka hole puncher. And I'm using this one because it is, it makes a slightly bigger hole than my We Are Memory Keepers one. Alrighty. Anyway, you could hear Micah coming from whenever he's going out to school. You already know. You can hear him coming down the block. You know, oh, there's one other of his friends that's got one of those really loud cars. Does this one need some blue behind it, I think? There's one other kid now that has one of those super loud cars, but I don't know. They said, well, it might be, Micah said, it might be louder than mine, but I don't know. It's just so loud. Where's that? We're like, what does he do to make it that loud? And my sister said, I don't know. Like, you know, they drill holes in the exhaust or something to make him get that loud. I'm thinking, can I go on the diagonal so I get a little more of the, like, kind of gingham-y? I'm quiet because this is taking all my concentration. You know what would be smart, you guys? To glue this down and then cut around it. OMG. You're welcome for the comedy, for the comic relief. Oh my gosh. So they must have to be out there early. Well, obviously. I was just telling, so also happening this weekend though, this Memorial Day weekend, my bestest friend since 6th grade and her husband. So they have 3 daughters. Well, if you guys have been followers of mine for a while, you'll know about one of her daughters. So this is my friend Renee, who has the daughter Miley, who everybody was sending happy mail to, which, by the way, she has been blown away by continuing to receive stuff, but just loves it, makes Miley feel so important. Even though, she says, even though it's not my birthday anymore, yep, even though it's not your birthday, people still are sending you stuff. We're going to save this because maybe we'll make some little clustery things. Okay, so now I want to try and get some stringiness here. I'm going to use my little Tim Holtz scissors to kind of fray the edges up here. So my friend Renee and her husband Ron, dear friends, I've known her since 6th grade. They have 3 daughters. One of them is a junior in college, which I can't even believe when I say that. And the other one is graduating this year. And they're staying home. And Miley is with Renee's mom, and they get to come up for a weekend. And they haven't been up to see our new house or anything yet. And it's been years since Renee came up here with me. Okay, so when her junior in college now was like a little baby, that's the last time she was up here with me to visit my family. Because of course we grew up in the cities together. And so, you know, she knows my family really well. She was over at my house all the time. But once they moved, she's only been up here once with me because we stayed in the city. So there. Okay, that just kind of gave it a raggedy edge around the edge. Now, I think I just want to glue this whole pocket down. And I don't think I'm going to leave any sort of thing around the edge to make it be another pocket, because honestly we have a lot of pockets. So I'm just going to glue this down. Anyway, they're coming up to visit. So they're going to come to my nephew's grad party tonight, because his ceremony is tonight and then his grad party is just right after, out at their house. They'll have a fire and do some fun stuff anyway. And you know, it's only supposed to be down to 36 tonight. You know, that's bonfire weather. That's hangout outside weather. We're Minnesotans. We're hardy. We're hardy people. Does that need that right there? Yupper doodles. We're gonna put it there. We are over accessorizing this pocket to the extreme, guys. But you know, go for it. Normally I would have sewn that on, but you know, that's the weird thing about this, working in this book that's already my process. I always decorate my signatures before I sew them in. So by the time I sew my signatures in, they are pretty much, for the most part, entirely decorated. So that way I can take pages out and like sew on them. I'm trying so hard not to glue my pocket shut and just keep this on the edge. Anyway, so it's weird for me to not be able to like take this page out and sew stuff onto it, but that's why this is my challenge to me. Okay, I did not glue it shut. And this one needs a hole punch as well. And let's put some ribbon on there, and then let's do, oh, I wonder, should we put a little dangly? Should we make this a dangly one? Yeah, let's do that. I just splattered those around. Okay, but so then I don't need this. I need some string. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So my friend Renee is coming, and her husband Ron, and we have graduation tonight. It's just going to be one of those super busy weekends. Last weekend was busy. The last several weekends have been busy. Last weekend was busy because, sorry, sometimes I just have to peel the glue off. I'm trying really hard to figure out how in the world am I going to do this. How do I want to do this? Do I want to just tie a... I think I'm just going to tie a knot here. Normally I would punch 2 holes. but I don't know. I kind of like it over on the side like that. This is experimentation with Nikki, but I want it shorter. Last weekend, my parents, my mom and dad, so my dad is a pastor. He's our pastor of our church now that we live up here. We get to go to his church, which is super awesome with my whole family. And, but if you are related to a pastor or good friends with a pastor, or you are a pastor yourself, you will know that pastors rarely take vacations. Look I just tied a super fancy, not intentional knot at all, but it kind of looks cute. So we'll just go with it. And let's just trim these guys off. Rarely go on vacation. And they actually went on vacation. It was just their 50th wedding anniversary. So that was the weekend before. Oh yeah, we've got this tuck spot and this belly band too. Okay. Those. This is going to say June. And we've got this whole last page too. And we've got this lady. And we've got some, let's put a little bit of these fussy cuts. Let's put a few of these around here. Oh my gosh, let's put the little snail guy down here. And some green beans. And maybe, didn't I have, what else did I have? Oh, there. I was gonna say I had something else. Let's do my, my beets. And green beans up there. And the little snaily guy down here. Cute little snaily guy. And I hate snails and slugs and worms and all the creepy crawlies, but for some reason this little snail is endearing. So my parents went, they had their 50th wedding anniversary, which was 2 weekends ago. We had a kind of small little surprise party for them, which was lovely. And then they left the next day on vacation. And so I was asked to preach, give the message last Sunday, which I did. And it went really well. But that had me all busy doing that. Man, big props to my dad and all the people who write sermons every week. I mean, what an awesome thing to be able to just spend their time studying the Word for a job all week long. But also, man, it's no joke. That's a lot of work. Okay, so I'm going to write June in there. Not right now. That's like the last thing. It's like the, you know, the chef's kiss. It's the piece de resistance. So we've got something in there and there. I've got glue all over my fingers. Check. Oh, let's see if my little topper thing is dry. It is. It's kind of stuck to the paper. So let's get that off there. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. It looks like the little silver top of the jar. It worked out just like I thought. Okay. Cute. It might need me to draw a few little lines on there though, I think. When I do my, when I write June in, I'll put some few little lines across there to, like, you know, make them be the threads. So what are we going to, and we've got our butterfly tag too. So let's see. Let's make this into something that can go behind here or tucked into here. Should we back it with something? And there goes somebody on something loud, some loud apparatus. Let's see, I was going to say let's put it on some red gingham, but you know, indecisive, so we'll come back to that. Let's make a, We could just make like a, oh, wait. Oh, no, just kidding. I was going to say, oh, let's use that one advertisement thing, but you know what? It's right there. So let's make a journal card maybe out of some of this. Let's get a, hold on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a couple of these coffee stained. There we go. Okay, clearly that needs to be cut down a little bit. I'm doing, you guys, this is very high-tech measurements that I'm doing right now to cut that down. Yep, see, that was very high-tech, what I did right there. Let's just do some little ripping here. And of course, let's rip off these white edges. One more. And should we put some strip of like this stuff behind maybe? Oh, I could sew this on quick, like a ruffle. I could sew a little. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to zip over to my machine and sew that little ruffle on. Then we'll have this nice little journal card that will, oh, because we've got all that space, you know? Okay, I'm going to go zip this on real quick. Be right back. Okay, cute. That works. Now we need something to go behind him. And we'll make that, let's see, did we need, no, we've got pockets already filled. So maybe we'll make this into a pocket on this page. Or on the back page, maybe. And then we'll just do some little elements on here since this is a pretty decorated. I need to leave some spots for me to journal. So let's see, should we make the lady be on a journal card to go behind the guy? This polka dot works perfect with this, doesn't it? Maybe if we put her over on the edge. Okay, we're gonna have to do some highly scientific cutting here again. That was highly scientific measurement. Let's double check my, yep, my scientific measurement is good. Let's put her, and let's put some, should we just do some ripped this behind it? Or is that too much? That's too much. Let's give her some red plaid behind her. It'll pick up that little bit of red in her dress. That was highly scientific measuring I did there too. This is not for the weak of heart, guys. Yep, let's fray it up a little. This one will come off, and the other one, because it was on the, like, you know, on the diagonal, it didn't have these long fray pieces that came off when I roughed it up. But this one I can fray. This is like a really, it's a fairly big weave on this fabric. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go sew around her too. I'll be right back. All right, now we've got the farmer looking contemplative. We've got his wife looking for him in the distance. Where are you? All right, so we've got that. Now our big pocket, we've got that. We've got that. That might need to stay tucked in there. We're gonna just put some of our little veggies, and strawberries and whatnot we have left here. We'll make a little medley. And, ooh, maybe we'll make a top tuck and the tickets can go into that. Let's put a little bit of cheesecloth, because cheesecloth. We're almost there, guys. Then I've got to, you know, take a shower and make myself look presentable so I can go to this big old graduation. Big town graduation, you know. Get those 10 kids graduated. Okay. Oh, that's doubled over. Cheesecloth, you know, it gets a little unruly. Sometimes you got to show it who's boss. Come on there. Okay, corn in the corner. This, for some reason, is making me super happy, and I think it's because it reminds me of like being a kid and playing with stickers, or, you know, like playing with your little kitchen set and stuff, and how fun it was to like have a kitchen set with all the little fruits and vegetables and make little grocery stores, and we would have all the little plastic fruits and vegetables and stuff, and we'd turn them into our own grocery store. You know, you play house and go to the grocery store and get your veggies, your plastic canned goods. Okay. We've got a little excess cheesecloth. There. Oh my gosh, how cute. Now, I've got cheesecloth stuck to my thumb. If we put this up there, yeah, okay, so we're just gonna glue around this top part here. And then we'll put it down and make that a top tuck. Then what we have left is our mason jar, our butterfly tag, and our other little tuck spot, our other little like journal card thing. Yep, but I'm not going to put them in there too hard because otherwise I'll glue them in. So once that dries up, we'll... Okay, so we've got this back page, and we've got these 3 elements left. So it's like we need to make some sort of tuck spot, and then maybe a pocket. So we'll use some of this to like make a pocket. Let's do some of these like veggies and stuff here. Now, I realize that's way too long, but we're doing the scientific measurements. That's how I realized that that's way too long. I'm just trying to envision what part of it do I want. I kind of think I want this part without that stuff. So scientific lopping off of the corner. And how deep do I want it? I can make that a little skinnier. Should I layer it a little? Why not? I've got some scrappy pieces around here. Oh, wouldn't this be perfect for like a little... Oh my gosh. Let's do this. This little ladybug was sitting there saying, me, use me. So we'll do that. Let's glue this all down. You guys, next year, a year from now, this will be me. I won't be here being able to hang out with you guys today because I'll be getting ready for my daughter Lizzie's grad party. Oh my gosh, she graduates in a year. Isn't that crazy how fast that happens? For real. Like my friend Renee that's on her way here right now. Well, I'm so excited. We were just talking about how her daughter that's graduating, Haley, graduating this year. It just feels like it creeps up on you and comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're like the mom of a graduate. That's nuts. Okay, so what was I doing? I was going to put that. Oh, what was I doing with my postcard guy? Oh, I still have this. I was going to put this as a pocket. Pocket, and then I'll tuck the other stuff in. Okay, yeah. That's what I'll do. Double layer pockets. Anyway, I know lots of you guys have kids that have already graduated and moved on, and several of you have grandbabies, but I know there's others of you that are like my age thinking the same thing right now. Oh my goodness, my kid is growing up too fast. Happens overnight. Okay, but brings with it a whole new set of fun, right? Grandbabies and weddings and all the things. It just seems like it goes too fast sometimes. Okay, I think I'm done with my glue for now. So we'll put our butterfly over here and our two little, these guys over here. And I think, besides putting June here, I think that means we're done. Look how cute this spread is. Look how colorful. And that will be July. Whoa, July. Too soon. Okay, let me grab my pen and put June in. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, there we go, guys. So let's look at our June start to finish. Here we go. That was easy, and I have been wanting to try that with my master sheet this whole time. And it provides us this nice place to put our templates in for the month. Then we've got our journal card and our little text spot, and then we made this tall tag into our the wife looking for the farmer out in the fields. Where are you? He's like, I'm right here with my shirt unbuttoned, contemplating my life. Yep. We've got our big library pocket and our tags in June with our cute little snail hanging out down there, and our tag, our pocket back here, and then our little one here. And then these I can probably push in all the way now because they won't get stuck. And that gives me at least a little space to journal when I come back and journal through here. Oh, I was going to do this too. I want to put a few lines. I had like 3 pens die on me, but a half dead pen might work good for this because I want it to be kind of sketchy. There. Now it looks like it's got some lines like the top of a, you know, the threads. Okay. Oh, and I was going to maybe find a butterfly for there, but I can also journal there. Yeah, I like to journal in between things. Like when I'm journaling, I'll journal around the edge of this. You know, I'll take this out and journal here. And on the card itself, I'll take this out and journal behind. So just because a page looks like this and looks like, oh, it's busy, it's not always busy because it, you know, you can take that on behind it too. So anyway, guys, there we go. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while we created in this month's spread. And I look forward to seeing you again, you know, for my regular business, but we'll do July over here. Oh my gosh. And just, you know, 30 or so days from now. And, I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is, on whatever side of this fantastic planet of ours that you live on. Let's put this in sight here. And until I see you guys next time, take care, stay safe, be healthy. I hope you are well and at peace. And I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.